Hello, my crafty friends. Today I'm starting something new. I did the ICAD 2019 challenge in June and July, and I also did the hashtag Junk Journal July, and both of those projects are finished. Yay! I did it. I completed it. I'm happy. But I kind of liked having something specific to make me create every day instead of having to get up and think, what should I do today? And that's nice sometimes too, but I just thought I would continue on. In August last year, I did use what you got and did a project every day, and I enjoyed doing that too. And I was thinking about that, and I've seen a couple of ladies doing stuff with envelopes, and I'm trying to remember their names. One is Spectrum Art with Maddie, and I remembered her because I've seen her. She did a legal envelope. She had a box of legal envelopes, and she made something with them every day. That was really cool. Well, maybe not every day, but anyway, they did projects with legal envelopes. And so go and look at her channel, Spectrum Art Maddie. I'll have her link in the description box. And also Wendy's Journal Adventure has done some different things with envelopes as the basis. And I've watched some of her stuff too. So, and I know there's lots more out there. Those are just the two people that I've watched that have done stuff with envelopes. And so I decided I was going to do what I'm going to call Altered Envelope August challenge. But the hashtag for it is going to be 31 days of altered envelopes. And the reason I'm using that hashtag is because if you don't see this video till August 6th or September 14th or March 1st, a year from now, you might think, oh, well, that's over. I can't do it. But the point is not necessarily to do one every day of August, although that's what I'm planning to do. The point is to do something for 31 days with somehow alter an envelope, with an envelope as your basis, one or more envelopes as the base for whatever you make. I listed some things that I'm planning to do: pockets, tags, notepads, flip books, tip-ins, accordion books, journaling cards, small journals, a small image sorter, a doodle book. Those are some of the things that I'm going to do with envelopes during August. You could just do 31 different kinds of pockets made out of envelopes if you want to, or 31 different small journals, or whatever you want to do. But I would love it if some of you would join me in this challenge. You can use any kind of envelope. These are just a bunch of envelopes that I've got that don't have anything, no cards or anything that go with them. They're just envelopes. I've got some that are colored, in here, that came off of cards or whatever, and some that are white and different sizes. These are all, like manila envelopes, and these are all white envelopes with windows. And so there's even these that are kind of an unusual size. These are just different envelopes that I have that I'm going to use. If you don't have envelopes like that, you could go back through that big stack of birthday cards and Mother's Day cards and Christmas cards that you kept from everybody, and just take all the envelopes out of them and off of them and use those. If you don't have that, you can get your junk mail and you can use these envelopes as your basis. I may use some of these too. You can use, big envelopes or smaller envelopes. Whatever you want, any kind of envelope you want to use, you can use for this this challenge. And but whatever you do, if you post it on Instagram, or if you post it in Facebook, or if you make a YouTube video, whatever you do, use and I'll have the hashtag in this video, as the title of this video, but or in the description box, one or the other. But use the hashtag 31 days of altered envelopes. 31 days of altered envelopes. I should write that real big. But that's going to be the hashtag, so I can see what you're doing. I would love to see other people doing this with me. That would be fun. But for me, my day one project is going to be making a journal out of envelopes to hold all my other projects. And I'm going to tell you why I chose to do it the way I did. I don't usually do ring type journals. But in this case, I wanted to fold these big envelopes and make them my pages, but I also wanted to be able to take them out and open them up and work on them, because I might want to cut a slit in here, or I might want to use it somehow itself as part of the project. I don't know. And I wanted to have that option available. Plus I could tuck stuff in here that I know I want to use for a project or whatever. So what I did, because I know I'm not going to need 31 of these, I did 5 black ones and 5 of these bigger manila ones. These are 10 by 13 and these are 9 by 12. So those are the sizes of the envelopes that I just had a bunch of both of these, and so I used them. I used 5 black ones and 5 manila ones just to make it kind of, consistent. And then I've got this envelope that's a cardboard envelope that I think I got pictures in it or something. I don't remember. But I've been saving it for something I don't even remember when I got it. But I decided that I'm going to use that to make my cover. So my first project today is going to be this journal that I can put my altered envelope projects in. So I'm looking forward to that. And so far all I've done is fold these big envelopes in half and punch holes in them and then put them on the rings. That's all I've done so far. I didn't figure you needed to watch me do that. You can all figure out how to do that. And you've probably already done it at some points. All of those 3 things, the hole punching, the rings, and the folding. So that's the beginning of my journal. Now I do have some bigger rings because I probably will transfer it to bigger rings once I start putting stuff in it. But these worked for right now. And I think they will still be okay for my it might be better to go ahead and do it now. Anyway, I think they'll still be okay for my cover. But I'm going to set that aside right now. And I'm going to work on my cover. And one thing I know, I need it to be smaller. Okay. I started the video and I got all into it. I'm going to try to link this one to that one. I'm using a different program than I normally do, and so hopefully it'll work out. But I got to talking about using these rings, and I was going to make a cover, but I hadn't done any of that yet, and I didn't realize that my camera just cut off. It just quit working. It just stopped. It wasn't recording anymore. And so I went through all of how I've reinforced the spine on this and cut it down to size, and then I figured out I couldn't get the rings to go in there, and so I used some of this binding tape, and I got my journal to work. It'll still open like I want it to, and I was all ready to decorate my cover when when I noticed it wasn't recording. And it was like not quite 8 minutes in. So I don't know if there's something that makes my camera decide to turn off at 8 minutes with this program. I've never made a video with it before, so I don't know what's going on. That's not true. I made 2 videos before this one today, and they all did fine, I hope. I know I had to turn them off. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to try to put that one with this one. If not, I'll make it a part 1 and part 2, because all the real information you need is in that first video. This is just me doing my project for today, which is the making the book. So I've got the book made, but I wanted to go ahead and decorate the cover somehow. And I may end up cutting these boards and going back to the rings and just having the boards on the rings. This kind of bugs me. It really does kind of bug me, but I like the book look. I just don't like the bows look. You know, I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the rings and take this off. And I'm just going to cut these right here and put them on the rings. Well, yeah, just going to do it. Because I can already tell I'm not going to be happy. And if I do my art on the cover and then I cut it, I decide to cut it, I'll be frustrated. So. Okay. Okay. So let's put, let's do it with this one, because it's closer to the size. And then let me get my big shot again. Oh. Okay, I'll put that back in there, put this here, and now we'll run our rings through it. I decided to go ahead and put the bigger rings on there, and then I won't have to worry about, will I need to move them over to bigger rings or not. I'll just put them on there to begin with. And if I get it all finished and I don't think I need this bigger rings, I can always change my mind. Okay. Let's start here. Make sure I'm not dropping anything. Okay. I should have gone ahead and decorated my cover before I did this, but I want to see what it's going to look like. I want to see if oh dear, I did drop one. Okay. There we go. Okay. There's my journal. I think I'm going to be happier with that, even though I'm not a big fan of the rings. I still think I'm going to like that better than the ribbons poking out and coming untied and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I do like being able to open it up and take each one out. And with the ribbons, I would have to take it apart to take them out, and I don't want to do that. So, I don't like that it does this. Isn't that a silly thing not to like? But anyway. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off the front cover. And it's right front on here. That should be obvious because this one will be this way, but anyway, I'm going to take off the back cover. Sometimes my thought process does things the hard way. Okay. Front cover, back cover. And then I'll put my pages over there. And I want to do something fun on here. And one thing about this, I'm not going to try to do all my pages in any kind of certain, my little project in any kind of certain style. So it may be a hodgepodge of stuff. Just whatever I feel like that day, that's what I'm going to do. And I think I want to paint. I'm going to pause for just a second. And I'm going to get my jelly plate out and do these on the jelly plate, I think. Okay, I'm going to use these colors to start with. I'm trying to find my brayer. I cleaned everything up, and so I don't know where anything is. Move this over here. I'm going to just go ahead and brayer off right there. Don't think it'll hurt anything to do that. I'm going to use, this is Topaz. It's a metallic from Anita's. This is Deco Art Extreme Sheen Metallic Pewter. This is Folk Art Color Shift Aqua Flash. This is Folk Art Color Shift Green Flash. And this is Laguna Matte Acrylic Paint. Okay, we're going to start with a basis of this matte paint. Woo, that's probably too much. But that's what I do. Okay, that's yucky. I'm not sure if both of these pages will fit on here. It would be nice if they would. I didn't measure them to see. Okay, let's put this one right there. And put this one, oh yeah, they both fit. Right there. And I didn't get anything out to put on top of them to mop up with. Let me grab some paper, some oh goodness, what do you call that? Deli paper. Okay. Pull that up and go ahead and get, if we can pull off a little bit more of that. Okay. Here's this. That's a pretty good basis. It's a little bit greener than it looks on the screen, but that's okay. I'm a green person. I don't mind that. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry just a second. I was thinking about just doing greens and blues, but I don't know now. Here's a velvet teal. That's another kind of bluish green. And this one is sea lavender. I don't think it's even been opened. No. It's very pale. That'll be a good one to have to mix in with these others. Okay. Let's see if these are dry enough, I think, to move on. I think it'll be alright. It's not like we're going to be concerned if they blend. Okay, we're going to do this sea lavender. And then I'm going to put a stencil on here and or use some kind of mark making tool. I don't know what. Put my toy box over here. Let's just start with that. That'd be a good thing to do. To do on there. Okay, this is the front. This is the back. And I had too much paint on there, so I might swish all my pattern out. I don't know. Can't tell for sure what it's going to be like until you do it. Well, that looks like it's going to be good. Oh yeah. Let's set that one on that piece of paper. There's the back. Put it on that piece. And might as well use that on something. Okay, just for kicks, we'll do it on this. Ooh, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It's a shame I didn't have some other coat of paint underneath it. Oh well, that's alright. I'm going to pause the video a minute and let those dry, and then we'll add another layer. Okay. We're going to go on to our next layer, and we're going to use this this green. Thank you. We're going to use this green. Sorry about that. You don't think opening and shutting doors is loud until you're making a video and you're like, oh yeah, maybe that is loud. Okay, let me roll off on this real quick because I've got my covers down here on purpose. Okay, what I'm going to do is put this down. And Yeah, well, made a mess. Okay, that doesn't matter. The point is to get this good and covered, so I can bring it over here. And press it down real good. See if we can get that to come off. Okay, well, it shows, but not as much as I thought. But that's okay. It just adds some texture. We'll just call it texture and be happy with it. I'll need to pull this up with something. I didn't get out but a couple of these. I need to get out some more deli paper. Well, that came off real pretty, didn't it? See, I should have put them over here. Okay. I'm going to pause it and let this dry a minute and get some more deli paper out. Okay. I'm going to do some of this pink, I think. Maybe out this pink. Okay, we're going to use a different pink. We'll use this pink. Not that much different. It's a little different. And I'm going to add a little bit of this metallic topaz. Just to, just for fun. Because then hopefully we'll have some pink and some blue and some purple. Alrighty. I'm gonna roll off on this one again. And then I've got, alright, where'd I put them? I've got these two texture plates. And I'm going to use this one on this half and hope that I got it on there, and this one on this half. We're just going to press them down, and I just made these by putting glue, putting some of those little foam shapes with the sticky backs, you know, that you can buy at anywhere, Hobby Lobby or Walmart or a lot of places. I think I got these at Dollar Tree actually, but it was several years ago. And I just stuck them down to another piece of foam and then stuck that onto this foam board. And that's how I made my texture plates. I'm going to put this one down here. And this one down here. We're going to see how well this works. Okay. Well, that looks interesting. It's not as clear as I wanted it to be, but maybe it'll be good enough to doodle on, and that's what I'm really hoping to do, is get to be able to doodle on the front. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to add any more layers. I don't think I want to add more layers with this. I may do some circles and things like that. So I think we can put this up. You set it aside. Get that out of the way. Let's bring these over here. I'm trying to decide if I want to do circles on them first, or if I want to go ahead and doodle, you know, where the shapes are. Oh. I kind of think I like the idea of circles. So let me find something to put paint on. And get me some circles. Where's my small one? Okay. I will use these instead. I haven't used these yet. I got them in Happy Mail. Two different people sent me some. Somebody sent me these and somebody sent me these. And right now I cannot remember who it was. Let me pause just a moment. Okay. It's dried a little bit. I think I can go ahead and put some circles on it. Trying to decide what color circles I want. I think I haven't used this color yet, so I'm going to do some of that. I don't think this will show up a lot because it's color shift, but we'll see. It's funny because I haven't done something with these colors and textures and all that kind of stuff in quite a while. So I'm playing with stuff I haven't played with in a while, and that's kind of fun. Alrighty. There's that one. Now we're going to use this little one in pink. And I don't know why, but I tend to always put my small circles linked with the bigger circles that I've already made. And I can't even give you a good reason why, except that I just like it. See if I can bring this in a little bit closer. Whoa. You don't want to see me. You want to see this. That helps a little bit. And I think I want some black splatters maybe. Well, I'm going to doodle in black though. So that'll be enough black. I don't have to worry about that. I had forgotten about that. Maybe some white splatters. Maybe some white splatters. I don't know if white will even really show up that much because this is pretty bright, but pretty bright, but we will see. Get some white. Oh. Alrighty. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that. If I can find my water spray bottle. Oh, come on. That's what happens when you clean up. There it is back there. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, I need to cover up where my computer won't get splattered. All right. Okay. There's my splatters. Clean that brush off. Okay. I'm going to let this dry and then we will doodle. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of doodling on here. I'm going to start on the back and see what, no, it goes this way actually. And we're going to see what works. I've got a feud ball pen, and those have worked for me in the past. I've also got Posca pens, a fine one and a medium one. And I'm just going to play a little bit. I haven't used a food ball in a long time, so I'm going to start with it. Usually they pretty much, they will pretty much work on anything. Sometimes the thing I'm trying to do has been some of them are really hard to see. I think this one's going to be more fun to doodle on. This one's, like I said, harder to see what's going on. And here's a leaf. Here's some leaves. Those go with this flower. I got that one kind of all wonky. I think I'm just going to make a center for these because they don't really have anything in the center. I haven't jelly plated with those texture plates in a long time. I'm glad I thought to get them back out and use them. The colors that I thought I was going to put on here just reminded me of the things I used to do with those texture plates, and so hope I'm not getting my hand in these. It's hard to see. And then this is that was fun. I don't know if it shows up as much on the film because it's not as bold as the paint pens, as the Posca pens, so I'm probably use the Posca pens on the front. We'll try that. That way we can see what they, how they compare. All right, let's start with this one. Okay. Then we've got here's a leaf. And here's one that's just I don't see a leaf with that one, but this one has a leaf. And I'll try to figure out the this one. Give you a chance to see what's going on in here. And right now, all the doodling I'm really doing is just filling in, you know, making the making the things that were on those texture plates show up. So I'm really not adding anything extra. I'm just highlighting what is there. And that may end up being all I do to it. Right now, I do want to put a title on it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So I don't want to do just, you know, a ton of doodling that I'm going to end up just covering up. I mean, I know when you do mixed media, you cover things up. That's just part of the game, but so I think that's probably all the doodling I'm going to do on it. Except I do want to do faux stitching around the edges, I think. Ah, there's a leaf. And hear all that scratchiness? Sorry about that. Oh, and there's part of a flower. There's a lot of dendritic texture on this from when I did those wavy lines, and it really pulled it when I pulled it off because I had too much paint on there. So sometimes you have too much paint and it's a good thing. Sometimes maybe not so much. I may end up typing something. I don't know. I kind of like add a little bit to those. These are definitely hand stitched because they're not even. There's the back. And here's the front. And I'm going to let those dry before I put them back on my book. But, let me... No. Oh, no, there it is. Because I know I had it here somewhere. Anyway, here's my book. I think it actually goes like this. So this will be the front. And I'll put a title on it. Just haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. But maybe tomorrow when you see me do my next project, I'll have put a title on this somehow. Okay. And here, let me write this for you. Big so you can read it. Because I don't want you to be confused about what the hashtag is for alright, just a second. Okay. Hashtag 31 days of altered envelopes. There you go. 31 days of altered envelopes. I'd like to see what you do. Have fun. Thanks.